back now. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back now.
What's up, guys? Coach Albus here. Let's talk a little bit more about that spine. Some more options for that spine from a seated position. We spend a lot of time in a seated position, and it's a good idea to move that spine as often as possible. So here are three nice options that we can start with. First, what we're going to do is we're going to bring both hands across our shoulders, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to slowly curve our spine and flex it as much as we can, almost like we're trying to create the letter C with our spine. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to rotate that spine as far over to one side as we can, still staying in that flexed position, and then spend about a second or two in that flexed position, and then slowly rotate over to that other side. And then same thing, right? We're spending maybe a second or two in this position, and then coming back to the center, and then bringing ourselves back up to that nice tall position, right? So that was just a rotation of that spine from that flexed position. Next, what we can do is we can take the same exact position, and then now what we can do is we can go back into that letter C, right? Flex that spine, and then now all we're going to do is drop one shoulder towards the ground while we're in a flexed position and go as far into that lateral flexion as possible, which we'll be feeling a nice stretch from this side, right? And then we would do the same thing on that opposite side, still staying in that flex position, laterally flexing to that other side. Maybe a second or two, pause for a second or two, and then come back to that middle position, and then slowly straighten out the spine, right? So that was movement number two. We have rotation, we have lateral flexion. Now let's put it all together into a spinal car, right? So from here, we'll do the exact same thing. We'll flex that spine, driving those elbows into my rib cage, creating that letter C. I'm going to rotate over to one side of my body. From here, I'm going to drop that same side shoulder down towards the ground like I'm pouring tea out of my shoulder. And then I'm going to bring my chest up towards the ceiling and across the ceiling all the way over to that other side, dropping that opposite side shoulder down towards the ground, and then slowly rotating back to the center line, and then straightening out my body. But of course, you can go in the opposite direction as well. So again, try those three different movement patterns. Again, one is rotating the spine from that letter C. The second is lateral flexion from that letter C position, from that spinal flex position. And then the last but not least is your spinal car, just putting everything all together. Remember, nourishing your spine is a daily routine. So this can be your daily routine that you set aside at your desk, on your couch, anywhere that you're sitting. You can simply do these a few reps every day just to nourish that spine and make it feel healthier and a lot less stiffer. All right, this was Coach Albus. Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, take care.